Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over this collection that I bought a few weeks ago now. I've been trying to process it. I've been like tunnel visioned on this for the past couple weeks, just listening to these, deciding what to keep and all that. I was going to make a video on this way earlier, and I just got sick like immediately after buying the collection, which is like, of course I did, but yeah, I was gonna make a video of it before I took these records to the record show, but I just didn't have a chance to. So I took some to the record show. I mean, I have the majority of them still. But we're just gonna go through the keepers because it's a bit of a it's a huge collection, biggest collection I've bought. 362 records or something like that. Yeah, it was a great deal, so figured I had to. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already. Trying to get to 2,000 subs for the end of the year. I think it's doable. I think it would be pretty cool to have that happen. So, and this time I did take a flip video. So there will be a flip video at the end of this video of everything in the collection. So yeah, these are. I tried to put them in some sort of order that made sense. But yeah, we'll start off with just a few of these. Leo Kottke, I believe is how it's pronounced. 6 and 12 string guitar. I'm a guitar player, so kind of figured I needed to hold on to this one. It's the second press, but this is a delightful sort of folky instrumental guitar record. I see it around pretty often, but figured if I'm getting it in this collection, I might as well just keep it. John Lennon Imagine, a record I didn't have actually, which is crazy. I love the song Imagine. It's the first press, but it doesn't have the poster or anything, and it's not like immaculate condition or anything, but just one I needed to have. I've got the whole box of keepers right here, so I'll probably have to blow through them sort of. The band, Bob Dylan. This is live a couple nights somewhere, I don't remember, but yeah, this is great. Features Bob Dylan doing like his hits, which is like kind of unheard of, you know? I felt like Knocking on Heaven's Door, It Ain't Me, Babe, all that stuff. And of course the band backing him and the band playing their tunes and stuff. I'm a huge fan of the band, so figured I'd keep that around. Speaking of Bob Dylan and the band, this is a super duper nice copy of the Basement Tapes. I had a really beat one, so I decided that I would hang on to this one instead. Nice clean one, very happy with that. Another classic that everyone probably has in their collection. The Woodstock soundtrack. This is Woodstock 1, I guess you could call it. Yeah, I was like, kind of on the fence about keeping this, and then I looked at the track list and I was like, man, I've watched the Santana's Soul Sacrifice videos so many times, and Jimi Hendrix and stuff, and I was like, I just gotta hang on to it. You know, I haven't put this one on yet, but I've heard this whole thing, you know, through watching the video clips on YouTube and stuff of Woodstock. And fun fact, this couple on the front, can't remember if they met at Woodstock or something, but they're still together. They did an interview sometime recently, or someone seeked them out, and this couple is still together, which is really cool. Now we're moving on to some of the funkier side of things, or funky and jazz fusion, which there was a good bit of, but Rick James street songs. Man, I've been trying to listen to all of this stuff that's here, but I'll tell you straight up when I haven't listened to this yet. I have not listened to this yet, but I've heard only amazing things about this record, so I'm excited to put that one on. Same with this one. I really apologize I haven't put this on yet, but it's just been so much to comprehend and stuff. But yeah, Buddy Miles live, two album set. I love Buddy Miles. I love anything with him on it, and I've heard from my buddy Matthew that this is an incredible record. So definitely excited to put this on. I mean, side one has 12-minute long version of Down by the River. So probably not going to get better than that. I mean, those are some of the only ones that I actually didn't play, because got this one too. Larry Coryell, Fairyland. I buy anything that has Larry Coryell's name on it, because he is just one of the most underrated guitar players ever. He's absolutely just this incredible freak of nature on the guitar. Yeah, this is a live album in Montreux, Switzerland. Great, sort of just kind of jazz, like guitar jazz, a little bit fusion-y. It's a little out there too. Songs, I mean, the songs are called Soul's Dirge and Further Explorations for Albert Stinson. It's probably one of the things I like a lot about Larry Coryell too, is he kind of embraced the psychedelic movement. I mean, look at this cover art. And he kind of fused his rock and jazz stuff and made some great, great songs. This is, I believe, a repress on Mega. It's an okay copy, but I'm gonna keep anything with Larry Coryell's name on it. These next couple are from an artist that I've just been wanting to get in my collection, so I was super stoked to get these. Billy Cobham, Total Eclipse, and Crosswinds. Again, just killer fusion records. Killer funky fusion records. They're just so good. Billy Cobham is just an insanely good drummer. Someone wrote on this copy back there, Arise Now, which I think is really cool. I love when people do stuff like that. Get a lot of glare, but it's there. But yeah, these are both just killer records. Anything with Billy Cobham, again, something you want to have in your collection, because great, just fusion type stuff. This one's a sort of fusion-y type thing. I saw this in this collection. I was like, man, that's cool. I want to have that one. Ginger Baker, Stradivarius. This features Fela Kuti. So it's that Afrobeat type sort of jazz fusion thing going on. They have the Ginger Baker and Fela Kuti album. I'll show a picture of it. I have that one, and it's just fantastic. And I put this on, and I thought it was pretty good, but it wasn't as good as... It didn't really meet my expectations for this record, if that makes sense. It's a good record. I only listened to it once, so I've got to really dive into it before I decide what to do with it. But yeah, one of the really cool things is the bass player Bobby Gass. He's on the record by the band Gas called Juju, and they do some of the songs on here from there, or they do at least they do Juju, which I thought was really cool, because I love that Gas record. It's sort of again, sort of like I wouldn't say fusion. It's like a psychedelic blues type thing going on, but yeah, it's just really cool to see that kind of crossover into this Ginger Baker record. A great one that I somehow still didn't have, Stevie Wonder, Intervisions. Just fantastic. I don't know, I feel like I'm not saying enough about these records. There's so much I gotta get through. I love Stevie Wonder. I want to have like literally everything that he made, because he's an incredible musician. He's an incredible songwriter. Yeah, there was a couple Stevie Wonder records in this collection, ones I already had, so I'm sure you'll see those in the flip video. While we're on the topic of great songwriting and sort of soulful funky music, not soulful as much, but still funky, Joni Mitchell, Don Juan's Reckless Daughter. This is a super clean copy of this. I've been wanting a copy of this for a very long time, but I've never picked up on one. Just really waiting for like a super cheap one, and it came in this collection, so figured definitely got to keep that. This is incredible. I really love this record. I know it sort of has maybe a little bit of a mixed opinion on it. Jaco Pastorius plays bass on this, and he's just unreal. It starts off and he's kind of going off in the beginning and this really like sort of funky thing going on. But it's like a really good mix of like folk and funk, which is just such a great combination because they're two completely different worlds. It's got this sidelong track, Paprika Plains, and it's like otherworldly, and I don't know, this just kind of took me to another dimension, and I really loved it. There were two artists in this collection where this guy had like 10 or more of their records. One of them was Van Morrison, which, if you know me, I'm a sucker for Van Morrison record. Man, I just love Van, and this is his masterpiece. Moondance. This is a second press on the W7 label, which I didn't know that they were second presses that still were on this W7, but it doesn't have the tambourine mix in Into the Mystic. I had a copy with the tambourine mix, but I took this copy over it because my copy was pretty rough. It was definitely not the nicest. So I wanted to have a nice copy of this record because I'm a huge fan. If you don't know, in the song Into the Mystic, the first pressings of this album feature a mix with a tambourine in it. And the second pressings, for some reason, some miscommunication led to it being taken off. And, you know, Van's preferred mix was the tambourine mix. So it's just an odd situation. But, you know, when I saw the W7, I was like, sweet, that's got to be a tambourine. And I played it, and it was like, I was shocked when it wasn't. But nonetheless, sounds incredible. So good. And, yeah, in my opinion, this is Van's magnum opus. Just an absolutely incredible record. Every track is a hit. Every track is just perfect. This is like one of my desert island records, honestly. Van Morrison, Moondance. St. Dominic's Preview. I had a copy of this, but it was a repress, so I was doing a purge and I let it go. But this is an original copy on that. Puke Green, Warner Brothers label. Pretty dang nice copy too. Pretty happy about that. All around in this collection, condition was a little bit all over the place. I'd say it was probably about standard for, you know, a collection that someone loved and had their whole life and listened to frequently. So there was some beat up stuff. There was some nice stuff. This one was a little more beat. His Band and Street Choir by Van Morrison. He's got the song Domino. Great track. And just a really good sort of chill, really, really nice record. Tupelo Honey by Van Morrison. This one's got the poster, which is like, this is a super weird poster in my opinion. I don't know why you'd want to put this on your wall. Yeah, it's just a picture of Van with a guitar, and it's a little creepy in my opinion. No, I love Van Morrison. Can't make fun of him too much. Another just great record. One I wanted to have. And this is one that I saw in, there was this, he took a picture of every single album and had it in this website file. So like I went through all of them obviously before I decided to go drive an hour and a half and pick up the collection, but I was crossing my fingers hoping that this was an original copy, but it is not. Van Morrison, Astral Weeks. This is an incredible record. This one didn't get me on the first listen. It's a bit of a acquired taste, I'd say, but yeah, he's fully into his folk realm. He's got the upright bass and all that going on. But yeah, this is probably my second favorite Van Morrison record. It's just incredible. Once you get acquainted with it, it's so good. Yeah, this is a repress on the Palm Tree label, unfortunately. And this kind of sounded not that great. It had a lot of surface noise, and it had a lot of, like, distortion. was like, ugh. You know, I had a copy, but it was like really beat. And this one is like a VG Plus, pretty dang clean copy, but kind of didn't sound that great. It was a little disappointing, but always on the lookout for that first press on the W7 label. I'm willing to bet sounds a lot better than this repress, but yeah, incredible record. Yeah, I'm really blowing through these, but I just want to get through all of them and have a somewhat normal length video. Neil Young, Harvest. I've had this record for a very long time. Actually, I've always had this record because I got it from my mom's collection. She had a repress of it, but this is a really nice first press. And it's got the lyric insert, which is just so sweet. A lot of this stuff had inserts and stuff like that, which I'm a sucker for. I brought this one to the show and was gonna sell it, and started putting stuff up on eBay and came across this one, and I was like, man, I gotta keep that. I'm such a huge Neil Young fan, and this is probably my favorite of his, so decided I'd hold on to it. And then these kind of, I don't know where to put these in this video, so just some upgrades. This is a really clean copy of Stephen Still's Super Session. Usually these are destroyed, but this is a nice first stereo copy. So this is a really good blues record. I haven't put it on in so long, but I used to really enjoy it. Yeah, and then speaking of good blues records, Johnny Winter, Progressive Blues Experiment. Probably my favorite Johnny Winter record. This came out originally on this private Texas, I think it was, I don't know if it was Sonar Records, that might be wrong. Yeah, but he got picked up by a label and released this album. This is a really nice copy. Again, not one that's usually in good shape, but this one, the disc is really nice. The other artist that he had the most of is in my top 3 artists of all time, so I couldn't have been more excited. Jimi Hendrix. He had like probably 8 or 10 Jimi Hendrix records. It was really, really sweet. But yeah, Band of Gypsies. I've been after this for so long, but every time I see it, it's so expensive and it's trashed. And this is a decent copy. I could definitely do with an upgrade one day, but a really, really solid copy. This has Billy Cox and Buddy Miles. Machine Gun is just out of this world. I mean, man, I would have just loved to be at this concert. New Year's Eve, 69 to 70 at Fillmore East. Unreal. I've been dying to have a copy of this, and I was just so stoked when this was in there, and it wasn't absolutely destroyed, because there was a copy of Access Bold as Love, which was just unplayable. Like, it was wrecked. Yeah, he obviously loved his Hendrix. Crash Landing. War Heroes. Pretty sweet. The Cry of Love. This is the first posthumous Hendrix release, I believe. This is kind of the closest thing to an album that he was kind of in the works of recording this, I believe, when he passed away. Yeah, this is one that I really gotta put on the turntable. I know I'm slacking, but I've always wanted a copy, so I'm really happy to have one. And this one, I was really excited when this Hendrix record was in there. This is just unbelievably good. If you've never heard this record, you need to listen to this. And this is definitely one, if you're a Hendrix fan or any sort of heavy rock psychedelic fan, this is one you need. Jimi Hendrix Concerts. This came out in the 80s, I believe. It's a compilation of different concerts, like a whole bunch of different concerts. But it's like it's put together in a way that it's supposed to be like experiencing a Jimi Hendrix concert. And I'm telling you, this is the closest thing you'll get to being to a Jimi Hendrix concert now. Um, it is unbelievable. The sound quality is so good, and it just, oh my god, these versions of these songs. I was listening to it, I was jamming along, and then Are You Experience at the Winterland, October 10th, 1968. That track came on, and my brain exploded. I was in another world when that song came on. Oh my god, I think that's better than the studio version. To be honest with you, it's so heavy, it's so good. Yeah, so that's just incredible. And then you flip the record over and you get Little Wing, and then Voodoo Child. Like, it's just incredible. This is a mind blowing record, and it's if you're a Hendrix fan, you just gotta have this. And the transition from song to song is seamless. The crowd noise doesn't even stop. It's like you're at a concert. It's amazing. It's another one when I saw the pictures of the collection. I saw this in here. I was like, man, I gotta have that one. Uh, Bob Marley and the Wailers, Natty Dread. It's got this water damage up here, and it's a kind of a little warped, which is unfortunate. But plays beautifully. Plays fine despite this like nasty warp on it. Um, Bob Marley again. I just love anything by Bob Marley. Like I just need to have it in my collection. This has got No Woman, No Cry. I was not familiar with the studio version. I only knew the version that's on the Bob Marley and the Wailers live record. I probably prefer that one to this one, but still, I mean, it's an incredible record. It's got the inner sleeve. Yeah, very, very happy to own a copy of this. This is another one where I saw and I was so excited to have to get this in my collection. Patti Smith, Horses. Yeah, I've always really wanted a copy of this, and I don't know for what reason. I'd never streamed it or anything. I just knew that it was like critically acclaimed and stuff. I put this on, and it was not what I was expecting, which is like I don't know, it's just funny because I was like, why did I want this so bad? You know, this is one I'm gonna need to take some time to get acquainted with. I know that I'll like it, so it's gonna stick around the collection. But I was a little bit shocked on my first listen. Yeah, it just wasn't really what I thought it was gonna be, which isn't it's never a bad thing, It just I need some time with it to fully get used to this record, but sweet, really happy to have one. This next one was another one that I saw in the picture, and I was like, oh man, need to have that. Alice Cooper, Love It to Death. This is the first pressing, uncensored thumb cover, I guess they call it, without the I'm 18 blurb on straight. And it's such a nice copy, too. Oh, man. This is in such great shape. Yeah, when I pulled this out, I was like, damn, he must have not liked this record that much, because it's, like, barely played. Incredible music. This is, like, just as good as any of that obscure psychedelic hard rock stuff out there. It was, like, man, blew my mind a little. Fantastic record. I love this early Alice Cooper stuff now. It takes a little bit to get used to it. It's a bit out there, but yeah, this is a wonderful first press on the straight label. Just incredible. I'm so happy to own this uncensored copy. Another just fantastic record that I didn't have in my collection. Lou Reed, Transformer. I think someone in my comments was saying that I needed to pick up a copy of this. So yeah, found one. Incredible record. I mean, it touches on everything that's taboo that you're not supposed to talk about, you know. Walk on the Wild Side, of course, the hit song. But just great, sort of got this glam, sort of punky vibe to it that I really like. I believe, yeah, David Bowie produced this. David Bowie and Mick Ronson. This is the first press on the Dynaflex Flexi disc vinyl. And it sounds phenomenal. Like, I know people trash on Dynaflex and stuff because it's such a thin pressing. But man, they did a good job. Like, these sound great. An incredible record. It's an essential. You need to have it, you know. I needed to have it at least. Great stuff. Down to the last two here. These were definitely, in terms of like sort of rarity wise, I guess, the best records in here. Yeah, I saw these both in the pictures and I was like, oh man, I'm excited to pick those up and check the condition and get all that stuff. But yeah, this is a super nice copy, so I couldn't be happier. The Velvet Underground with Lou Reed live 1969. Yeah, this is the first press on Mercury, and it is so clean. So happy with that. Yeah, this record is just amazing. I mean, it's got classic tracks like "Waiting for My Man," which it opens, and you know, on the Velvet Underground Nico record, that's sort of like a punky, you know, driving song, and here they kind of slowed it down a bit. So I was like, okay, you know, maybe that's kind of what the vibe is. But then they break into What Goes On, and it is like full force, the Velvet Underground coming at you, you know. But this is just such a fantastic record, and you get to hear Lou Reed singing "Femme Fatale" and "I'll Be Your Mirror" instead of Nico, which is pretty interesting, and it's really nice to hear him sing it. Obviously, I prefer Velvet Underground's studio stuff, but if you're a fan of the Velvet Underground, this is an essential to have, and I was super stoked to get a copy of this, and let alone a really nice and clean one. Yeah, just great. Definitely one that's gonna be played quite a bit. This one is the album I've listened to most that I've since I've gotten this collection. This has been on like 4 or 5 times, you know, in the past week. This is also, I would say, probably the rarest, or maybe not rarest, but like most collectible one in the collection. Alan Toussaint, Southern Nights. This is an incredible record. Oh my goodness. I was kind of expecting more of a funk sort of vibe to it, which it's definitely got that funk feeling going throughout. But it's kind of got it's just a great album in general. I guess it's sort of New Orleans bayou funk type music. It's incredible. It opens up with Last Train. A little bit of fun fact for me. When I was a kid, I used to be just obsessed with trains. Like, I had my birthday party on a train once, and I was a huge Thomas Dinkin fan. So any song about a train, you know, it hits me specially. So that being the opening track, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a great record. This album just makes you want to get up and dance. But they're also like great slow songs like Southern Nights. Just so good. I mean, this is just an incredible record. And yeah, this is a first press on Reprise, and pretty nice one at that. This has got a very solid amount of playtime here, and it will continue to get that over the next couple months because just a great record. There's a ton of stuff that I could pull out to highlight from this collection, but you know, this video is probably long enough already, and I've probably rambled on about this stuff for too long. But yeah, this is the collection. I'll show the flip video now. where you get to have a view of everything. I mean, there was a copy of All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. Always happy to have that. And yeah, some really like good classic rock stuff, and super happy with this collection. I mean, I was kind of itching to buy one anyways, so you know, perfect timing, I guess. But yeah, thanks for watching. Here's the flip video, and yeah, enjoy. Peace.
I see lots of people staring at me. Nice lady right by my side.